Harper Audio presents With No One as Witness by Elizabeth George. Read by Charles Keating. Chemo Thorne liked Dietrich best of all. The hair, the legs, the cigarette holder, the top hat and tails. She was what he called the whole blooming package, and as far as he was concerned, she was second to none. Oh, he could do Garland if pressed. Minnelli was simple, and he was definitely getting better with Streisand. But given his choice, he went with Dietrich. Sultry Marlena. She could sing the crumbs out of a toaster, could Marlena. Make no bloody mistake about it. So he held the pose at the end of the song, not because it was necessary, but because he loved the look of the thing. The finale to Falling in Love Again faded, and he just kept standing there like a Marlena statue with one high-heeled foot on the chair and his cigarette holder between his fingers. The last note disappeared into silence, and he remained for a 5 count before he altered his position. He switched off the karaoke machine. He doffed his top hat and fluttered his tails. He bowed deeply to his audience of 2. Aunt Sal and Gran, ever loyal they were, reacted appropriately, as he'd known they would. Aunt Sally cried, "Brilliant, lad!" Gran said, "Wait till I send some snaps to your mum and dad." That would certainly bring them running, Chemo thought sardonically. But he put his high-heeled foot on the chair once more, knowing Gran meant well, even if she was something of a dim bulb when it came to what she believed about his parents. Gran directed Aunt Sally to get the boys' best side, and in a few minutes the pictures had been taken and the show was over for the evening. "Where are you off to tonight?" Aunt Sally asked as Chemo headed for his bedroom. "You seeing anyone special, our Kim?" He wasn't, but she needn't know that. "The Blink," he told her blithely. "Well, you lads keep yourselves out of trouble, then." He winked at her and ducked into his doorway. "Always, Auntie." He eased the door shut behind him then and flicked its lock into place. The care of the Marlena togs came first. Chemo took them off and hung them up before turning to his dressing table. There he examined his face and for a moment considered removing some of the makeup. But he shrugged the idea aside and rustled through the clothes cupboard for a change that would do. He chose a hooded sweatshirt, the leggings he liked, and his flat-soled suede boots. He drew the sweatshirt hood over his head and sauntered down the stairs. "I'm off, then," he called to his Gran and his aunt. He kissed the air at them. They kissed the air in turn. "Love you," everyone said at once. Outside, he unlocked his bicycle from the railing, and he checked the bike's saddlebags to make sure that he had everything he'd need. He maintained a mental checklist on which he ticked items off. Emergency hammer, gloves, screwdriver, jemmy, pocket torch, pillowcases, 1 red rose. This last he liked to leave as his calling card. One really oughtn't to take without giving as well. His route took him along Southwark Street to Blackfriars Road, till, in a criss-crossing fashion, he reached the environs of Kennington Park. From there it was more or less a bullet's path to Clapham Common and his destination, a conveniently detached red-brick dwelling of 3 stories, which he had spent the last month carefully casing. At this point, he knew the comings and goings of the family inside so thoroughly that he might as well have lived there himself. He knew they had 2 children. Mum got her exercise riding a bike to work, while Dad went by train from Clapham.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?